I just found out yesterday that I won an award on Permies.com as an influential permaculture person. And in this video, I wanted to walk around in the evening here and share, well, I guess my appreciation for that, but also some more complex thoughts and ideas. And I'm hoping that you stick with me for the entirety of this if you're so willing. So I think the theme of the awards, the intention was probably quite nice, where it was about people making a choice of who in the permaculture world has a lot of positive influence, has done a lot of work and all that. And in a way, there certainly feels very much like a nice honor to be on that list. So that part feels nice. But then I zoomed out and kind of looked at the entirety of the list, and there's certainly some names of lots of folks doing great work, but it is entirely white dudes. There's one woman, but it's all white guys other than that one white woman. I think if I were to venture a guess in the top 20 most influential people that have done quote-unquote permaculture over the entirety of humanity, the likelihood would be the faces you would see would be almost exclusively that of women and that of women of color, because historically most of the farming practices that we build our systems on, the moving rotational systems and milpa systems and terrace farming and all that, farming is done globally predominantly by women and predominantly women of color, and their faces are really not shown. So what do we do about that? I don't know that I have the right answers, and so this is what I think I would like to do with this, is I would like to edit on the Permies.com page, the wiki for me, with a list of contemporary women and people of color, different voices, different backgrounds, different folks than the standard white guy you see on almost every single permaculture channel, and bring attention to a wider range of people. I know I would be very interested in that. Let's do this as a community. Maybe in the comments, can you list your favorite YouTube channels that are run by folks that have a different background than I do? And are there Instagram pages? Are there other resources? Maybe there's websites and forums that are really rad that are out there that we should all know about. Is there anyone in this community who is willing to help parse through these comments and aggregate them into a meaningful list that's organized by those folks who save seeds, those who are doing agroforestry, silvopasture, that are all of different backgrounds. And what I will then do is take that and replace anything that is talking about me on that page, because there surely is enough attention faced at me with this YouTube channel, and send it outward to new areas where I really believe it deeply belongs. I want to say a really big thank you to my dear friend Petra. She is the person who started Fruition Seeds in Naples, New York. Definitely check her out. She is on YouTube. I'll link here and in the description to her. And Instagram is where she's more active. Does a tremendous amount of sharing of great ideas around seed saving and growing, but also around challenging some of the narratives that we see and work with, and asking some questions that go beyond just how do we make a hugel mound and how do we save tomato seeds, but how do we actually do some work that really needs to be done. Something I want to offer up here, if you've stuck with the video so far, thank you. And if you find what I'm saying to be frustrating for different reasons, share what it is that frustrates you, share what it is that bothers you. And I would also put forward a question that we should all be asking. If the attention paid, the desire for information being paid to my channel and to other folks that look like me, and if that was also distributed to a wider range of people, does that necessarily knock down or hurt the folks that are generally looked at as leaders in permaculture? I would argue that there's abundance in this world for way more people. It's not that in order for other people to be uplifted and looked at and thought about and respected and heard, that others have to be knocked off and go away. I think there's room for all of us, and in fact I would argue there is a critical need for so much more diversity in this world so that we can move forward together in a healthy way. I'm hoping people interpret what I'm trying to say in a way that makes sense and doesn't, well, if it does bother you, maybe it is okay if it bothers you. it bothered me to see that, and it also felt a little embarrassing, to be honest, that it's not something I look at and focus on and address in a direct way more often. I think if we're being honest and real about calling what we do permaculture, surely we have to look at the three pillars. It is earth care, people care, and fair share. And addressing both fair share and people care is what's happening in this video, and that's about 2/3 of the whole gist of it. It is not about just making herb spirals and beds on contour. It is about justice and equality for a wider range of folks and equal access to resources. So anyway, thanks so much for sticking with me on this. I know it's a different format than I normally do. I really welcome your feedback. I welcome criticism and questions, and I welcome input. Mostly, I'm really excited to see ideas from folks around those YouTubers and those social media folks that are doing amazing work that might have a different look and background than I do. Thanks for watching.